blade is temporarily lost, but soon to appear, breathlessly asserting an elephantine presence here. Town of clowns, downtown clown, in shabby splendor of baggy patchwork, denying all that you or I hold most dear, but desperate laughter. Lovely, thank you very much to the band there. And yeah, they were all over the place. It was scary. This next poem was inspired by one of those special moments when you encounter, you hear or see something really uplifting. It was also inspired by a painting in Pallant Art Gallery done by Peter Jones, now Sir Peter Jones, who did the artwork for the cover of the iconic Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Did I say Jones? I meant Blake. I told you there was some improvisation going on here. Peter Blake, Sir Peter Blake. And the painting is of the 1962 Beatles. The title, Beatific. Before the seduction of the summer of love, when monochrome transmuted to technicolor, and Sgt. Pepper first taught the band to play, even the air had a cooler, grittier feel. The beat was rock and roll, swirling skirts and slim jims in decorated drill halls and woozy village clubs. I stepped off a green bus, lightly swinging on a slippery chrome pole that marked the platform's edge. Someone held aloft a prize transistor radio to catch the frenetic hissing broadcast, which was Radio Luxembourg, sweeping aside the autumn chill with the glowing harmonica of Love Me Do. Some half a century later, I stand transfixed, staring at the risque relics of op art and pop art, mounted on alarmed, pristine white gallery walls, amongst the trophies of the symbolists and the foes. And there they are, in the days of their beatitude, the original troubadours, with a hot ticket to ride, fixed in a frame of fiery orange, red, and blue, around a whirling, concordant, bass drumming wheel, gazing unknowingly from 1962 across the years, before the sharp crack of bullets or the sneaking doing all true poems tonight. You may find it hard to believe as we go on. Now, this next one was actually inspired by working with Charlotte and the band at the Chichester Festival a little while ago. And the lineup was pretty much the same. Charlotte was there, and Chris was there, but we had Herbie Flowers. This is for you, Herbie Flowers, the legendary Herbie Flowers, who not only had a major hit himself, but he played on those fantastic songs that defined an era. David Bowie's Space Oddity, Rebel Dogs, and with Velvet Underground's star Lou Reed. Herbie wrote the iconic bass line for Walk on the Wild Side. And this poem is me and Herbie down at the Poetry and Jazz Cafe. And Danny's eyes shoot skywards as he says, "Hey, that's about the coolest record on the planet. Will Herbie be there?" And I say, "Yeah. Are you up for reading?" And Danny says, "Sure. I'll be James Dean for the day." So the wires are spaghettied across the floor, trailing forever from his battered sedan, down 1,000 highways, from the Hackney Empire, right on to Carnegie Hall. And Herbie says, "You look like a Beamer man to me." And I say, "Yeah, but not the crap they make today." "Hey," he says, "it's just gotta be the 3-2-3 as Charlie's saxophone soars." And Chris hits the pedal of the Gibson Flying V. And Danny says, "Wow, this sure seems like heaven to me." Well, he's been up with Bowie in a tin can, and he's ridden a white swan in hot love with Mark. But the poets and players just want Herbie to pluck that sachet and strut, walking the mean streets on the wild side with Lou. And Lou says, "Hey, give me a lick of that bass for Sugar Plum Fairy and for Little Joe, as Danny and me vie for the coolest pose on stage with Herbie, Jammy, and the Poetry and Jazz Cafe." Lovely, thank you very much for all those wonderful sound effects there, brilliant. This next poem was inspired by another painting in an art gallery in Bath. And amongst all the worthy but slightly dull pictures, the portraits and the landscapes, just in a corner, I spotted a small but striking picture. It leapt out. It was a small harbour scene by Paul Clay. And I've looked into the history of it a bit, and it was bequeathed to the gallery by Lutz Haber, a German refugee who settled in Bath. And this is the story of the Blue Rider. This is the tale of the Blue Rider, who came galloping out of the east, of Vasily Kandinsky and Franz Marc, of migrations, Lutz Haber and Paul Klee. This is the tale of the last judgment of the Munich hanging committee, who could not see that blue is the color of spirituality, the blue of the all-chemical sea. This is the tale of a small harbour scene, branded degenerate mere children's art, a tribal artifact requiring a final solution, the work of the criminally insane. This is the tale of transmutation, of chlorine, ammonia, and mustard gas, of the father of chemical warfare, of nitrous fertilization, and Zyklon B. This is the tale of a picture in a suitcase, removed in haste from the nursery wall, of the kinder transport and desperate flight, of enemy aliens and internment camps. This is the tale of a gallery's jewel, of wheels and boats and tugs and cranes, of wharfs and jetties, arrivals and departures, of green and gold and purple and deep, deep blue. Thank you very much. I still keep sagging with the microphone. It's me, I think. Nah, that's all right. I've just finished now. Yep.
I'm good at these things.
You're good at these things.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
More there,
Ah.
less there, more balance.
Aha. Wonderful. The magic of the microphone. Charlotte knows how to tame them. The final piece that I want to do was inspired by an encounter on South White, which is an area of ancient standing stones. They pop up throughout this poem. And it's also isolated landscapes. And when the mists come in, it's all a bit mysterious, and you don't know who you're going to meet. On the Rise, Transubstantiation. I met Elvis on the rise at Bryston, tending the frisky, black-faced Shropshire lambs. On the sweet spring grass opposite the mill pond, I knew it was him because of the quiff and those trademark sideburns, though he was dressed in blue overalls and horn-rimmed glasses. He was separating the twin black sheep from the flock. His favorites, he said, although they were all bred for the table. Later that evening, I saw him again in the bar at the Sun in Halverston, watching the sunset bleed over the white cliffs, with 8 black-garbed priests sitting in a line down from the seminary at Mottiston, relishing their braised lamb and rich red wine. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you to the musicians for playing. And now I go back to my introducing role, because we have a special guest with us now, and yes, there he is at the back. And it's a great pleasure to introduce Andy Brown, who is a novelist, an editor, associate professor of English and creative writing at Exeter University, and he has many admired poetry collections to his name, including The Fools and the Physician, based on paintings by Hieronymus Bosch, and The Fall of the Rebel Angels. So please welcome Andy Brown.